Hey guys, welcome to Neat Movie News. My name is Dean Thomas. A little bit of a different kind of review today. Not a movie opening up in theaters or that just came out in theaters, but instead of a movie that's just coming out on DVD, Blu-ray, on demand, VOD, all that sort of good stuff. And that's Sing Street. You never heard of it? Well, you're not alone because nobody went to see this movie, including myself. I'm not sure if it ever even played in a theater near me because I had never even heard of it. I heard a couple of people online talking about it and how great this movie was, so I had to check it out. And I gotta say, this might be my favorite movie of the year. Sing Street is a tiny little independent movie based in Ireland, and basically the plot of the movie is it takes place during the 80s. This kid, Connor, younger kid, maybe high school age, young high school kid, gets transferred to a new school because his parents are going through a little bit of a rough patch, probably going to get divorced. They can't afford to send him to where he was. And basically, what he ends up doing is he sees this girl on the steps across from the school, decides to go up and talk to her. She's older than he is, and he just comes up with this lie and asks, "Do you want to be in a video for my band?" And he is in no way at all in any sort of band. She actually ends up agreeing to do so after he kind of convinces her, and from there, it's just him trying to form a band so he didn't lie to her. And the movie works so well because, one, you see this kid's kind of progression as he really figures out who he is through music, but you also get to see how he meets his best friends because he's looking for people that can play music, and they're kind of all these little kind of outsider kids, a little mostly like him, and that's where you see their friendship go, and they all really become passionate about playing music. And all of the music is so great because it all almost all of it is original songs written for this movie, and yet they all feel so vintage 80s and like they would have been knockout like number one singles back then. That's how great the music is. And I to this day I still like Google the songs and will listen to them because they're that good. And the influences of the 80s are all over this. The way these kids dress is straight out of like it's straight up 70s and 80s rock band people. It's so great, but it's still that story of this kid trying to impress a girl, and it starts to work because she starts showing up and having a lot of fun doing these music videos with them, and he really starts to fall for it. And then it's just kind of this story of them two kind of getting to know each other and becoming friends, and where will that lead. And one of the other great parts about this movie is actually Jack Reynor, who you may know from Transformers 4, who played the like older boyfriend of Mark Wahlberg's daughter. That's a garbage movie and a worthless role for him, but he's so good in this. He kind of plays like the burnout older brother who had aspirations of doing stuff in the music industry because he really understands it, he really gets it, he knows it. But for reasons that I won't get into, I want you guys to experience that in the movie. He didn't end up kind of following those dreams. So instead, he decides to kind of teach his brother everything he knows. He's kind of tough on him, like, here's what you got to know. This is how you're going to do it. Here's your homework, because he wants his brother to be able to do what he never got to. And that's kind of chase his dreams and really go for it, take chances in life. And that's what this movie is so good about, because when this movie ends, you want to like throw your fists in the air, you'll have a giant smile on your face, and you may have teared up a little bit because the ending is so great and it's such a great conclusion of where these characters started, what they went through, and then how they got to where they got to. This movie is so inspirational. It makes you want to go take chances in life. Just go for it. Chase your dreams. I love this movie so much. I already ordered my Blu-ray because I'm going to want to watch this movie over and over again. And for the first time in history of me reviewing movies here on YouTube, here on this channel, I'm going to give Sing Street 100%. There is nothing about this movie that I didn't like. Even a tiny, tiny little complaint gets overshadowed by how great the rest of this movie is. I mean, all of the performances of these young kids are fantastic, and you don't know a single one of their names. Although I do think the girl who plays Rafina, the older girl, has got a career ahead of her. Her name's Lucy Boynton. She was actually up for the Iris West role in the Flash movie. I think she's going places. She's so good in this movie. Her character is so confident, so strong, so kind of like a free spirit with some underlying kind of demons in her a little bit. And I think she's got a really big career ahead of her because she is one of the reasons this movie works, because if her character doesn't work, a lot of the other movie doesn't work. The kid that plays Cosmo is so great. I'm pretty sure he actually performed all of the songs in the movie, so the kid's incredibly talented. But I mean, Sing Street is 100% for me. Please go out and see this movie immediately. watch it on demand, order it online, rent it online, just buy it straight out because I can't see you not liking this movie to some extent because I loved it. So there you guys have it. That's my review of Sing Street, a must-see movie of the year. My number one, I think, at this point. So hopefully you guys go and check it out. And once you do, come back to this video, jump in the comments below, and let me know what you actually thought of the movie. Because nobody saw this, and I'd love to have somebody else to talk to about it. So there you guys have it. That's my review. Make sure you're following me on Twitter at NeatMovieNews for all the latest in the world of movies. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you back here next time.